This is a Breaking Now alert from Heartland News.
We begin with breaking news update in Cape Girardeau. One person suffered serious burns after a reported explosion. According to Fire Chief Randy Morris, the call came in around 8:20 this morning in the 800 block of Progress Street. That's an industrial area in southern part of the city. Once firefighters arrived on scene, they saw smoke and fire coming from the building and learned the building had collapsed. The victim told firefighters he was the only one inside, but crews are still searching to make sure. Right now, most of the fire is out. Chief Morris says fire departments from across the area responded to the scene to help out, partially because of today's extreme heat.
Fatigue factor and given overworked and overheated is a real thing for us in our turnout gear and as firefighters. So the more resources we can have, we can do quicker and shorten those times down, work periods down to prevent that from happening.
The victim is in the hospital for treatment, and Chief Morris says the business is known to work on propane tanks, but he says it's too early to say what caused the explosion. He says that will take a lengthy investigation. Blake Showalter joins us live from the scene. Blake, can you tell us what crews are doing right now?
Madison, I'm on the 800 block of Progress Street, where earlier this morning there was an explosion inside of this building here behind me, a building that hosts two businesses inside. As you can see, a lot of that damage came to the ceiling on the back side of this building that you are currently looking at right now, with the ceiling nearly completely coming down to the ground, with this truck a little bit to the right of us holding up a lot of that ceiling currently. Now, firefighters and excavation teams have been here all morning long, searching the area and investigating to see if there's any hot spots inside, while also trying to keep the walls and the ceiling structurally sound so investigators can continue to do their work safely. Now, I spoke to Fire Chief Randy Morris earlier. He says the situation has been contained and they are safe to now leave the area and hand this investigation over to the State Fire Marshal, which will be here in just a couple of moments. As we learn more, we'll continue to update you as we find out. Madison, back to you.
All right, Blake, thank you.